Okay, good evening. I'm gonna have another stream about my carbon pricing video plan. So last time, few days ago, I got I made some plans about like some kind of sketch or outline about the video, and since then I got kind of like maybe got more into the idea that instead of one video I could make like maybe one or two videos, and maybe the first video would be about these things. So, and I think there it could be nice that I could stay in the same kind of like framework or same like only use one kind of like basic graph or basic image, so that makes it easier both for me and the viewer, or kind of like because I would like to get the video out fast, and then like I wouldn't be too hurry to get the other video out. I could do some other stuff, and it's always nice, maybe nicer to watch short videos as well. And I think like maybe this concept, some of these concept, like even they are like it's stuff on the same concept or same idea, but still there's so much like differences. For example, this carbon budget or about this emission trading, and even more this carbon tariff stuff. That could be like could be maybe the third video itself, or this optimal carbon pricing and stuff like that. I think that goes like a bit too deep. So maybe like a 10-minute video, like under 10-minute video on this first topics. So yeah, what I like to do today is to get maybe to some kind of maybe get some like early like what to include in the first video. So that I could make kind of like decision and make like at least name or like plan the segments that are gonna be in there, or like so that would also, so that I would know like what do I have to produce in R, so that because only after I know what to produce, it's a lot easier to start doing like you know like how you know that you don't have to do so much stuff there, or like you might know that only like a small portion of the stuff. But so far, like I've been thinking about this few days now, and I think it would be okay to just go with these contents that we have here. or like having these 3 example persons and then two products. And I've been thinking also about price thing or like the quantity thing. So because I was thinking here that I could represent the quantity by, I don't have my yellows here anymore. So yeah, I was thinking that I could present the quantity by filling out, like this would be like 30% of tofu. So I think that could work here. And here I was having these parts to signify the income. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna have here like 4 separate segments. And that's a bit tricky with 4R, I think. I wonder if I want to have them in the same graph, or should I have 4 separate graphs that are later put together? That's a little bit I think I've done like and then there's 2 options there. If I do 4 different graphs, let's see here. So if I have separate graphs that are put together in so there are these options that I can put them together in the R itself or later in this DaVinci Resolve video editing software. So that's kind of choice. I think I kind of prefer the latter one. Maybe. Because I think I need to do some stuff in the Resolve anyway when I have to like do some of the so then I have to think that do we want to have subtitles, and that's also a little bit tricky, I would say. Because if we're gonna have subtitles, we will have to leave some space for the subtitles as well. Like you could also do them here, like so the subtitle box is gonna be like some kind of transparent box here, so it could be on top of the actual stuff, but I think that then it would mess it up too much. Like I think I would really have to leave an extra space for the subtitles, and I think I'm gonna so let's add. I think I want to add the subtitles in Resolve. I think it's pretty good, like the thing that they have in there. I think it's fine. then I would have to leave the space for the subtitles, I think. I can also, like, in Resolve, I don't know. Here, like, no tags and tags options. Tag size. Maybe the measure for text size somewhere up here. I don't know. So where to put text size indicator? So could it be up above these? Above these. And what else to change here? Like, what was this about? Was this the text size? Or is this about tax revenue or something? Could be here, like this tax revenue. It could also, like, the tax revenue could also be here, but it would mess up the and then I'm wondering, like, where do we need scales? Like, maybe this is the only place where the scale is actually needed. Like, I don't think I need scales down here or here or here. Like, this is maybe the only place. And I think these are gonna get pretty, how would you say it, wide. These bars are gonna be pretty wide, or they should be. There's gonna be plenty of space in the this kind of like horizontal axis. I think there's a little bit of like lack of space in the vertical axis, I would say. It's more on that direction. Let's have another layer. So let's maybe sketch this out a little bit again. So we have so we're not gonna want to have so some CO2 tax rate. So something like here, some kind of box here. that signifies the tax rate. Okay, another question is, do we need what's the thing, okay, let's have another test. Is this not working? I think. Okay, so we need do we need like animation transitions, or are we fine with just static images? So I think we need, for if you want to change this tax rate and we want to see how it changes the bars live. And then I'm wondering about the order of this. Okay, let's have here again video 1. So order. So there's an example of order 1. So price decreases. Then there's a about the substitute. Greater price. Another one, changes. And then I wonder if we want to have here or later, at what point do we want to have about the income distribution effects? Do we only want to have it after we've discussed the difference between this kind of binary substitute and continuous substitutes? So do we want to have income effects here and here have like non-binary substitutes? I'm thinking now maybe have the income effects in the end, and that could also, this could be kind of like two-part video, and first part would be this kind of like early stuff. We're going to have this higher up. Gonna have here like the names. This, I don't know, maybe it's not. I'm gonna try to outline now the like the I think we need to go even higher if we want to. So if you have here like the incomes, I don't know, it's a bit tricky with these income things. Like, could we have subtitle here? Is this too small for subtitle? Is the text gonna be too small now? And here about the tax revenue. I wonder if we really need the do we really need the tax revenue thing? Like these bars, they also take quite a bit of space. Like we could make this a little bit I think I should start writing the kind of like writing the like I have to like think it in my head at least, kind of like the how would the script go? Okay, I sent the effect of three and 2 products. First, I think I need to explain in the very beginning, like then I present. Okay, and then I write here that like initial position or something. First, show how. How it benefits the least. Um, okay, this is gonna be script outline. So now I wonder, like, I want to present like the kind of like the simplest version of the society where these people consume either beef or tofu, and then I want to kind of build on it. And I kind of wonder that if I start with this kind of example of either or products that is like too simple, will people get frustrated because it is too simple and then they gonna like stop watching? So maybe I start in the most simplistic starting off with the most simple case. It was and tofu. John, Mary, and Steve, and 2 products, beef and tofu. I present the effect of carbon society effect carbon pricing in a society of 3 persons, 2 products. Find society. Then I show how it benefits the lowest polluting individuals financially. Something of the most individuals consume either beef or tofu depending on their preferences. And product prices. Beef is more expensive than a kilo of tofu. John and Mary. Only Steve eats tofu. Okay. Increasing the carbon pricing. I could have like some kind of like nice little like here. Could have this kind of thing that beef CO2 is like 8 tons per kilo. 8 CO2 per ton of beef. I could get the actual numbers somewhere. So maybe I need to somehow here indicate how. Maybe I could bring this up in the start of this paragraph. Like I could make here when I write this, I could make these layers based on. So if I add a layer here, and I could like name this like paragraph 3 or something like that, and then like this would help me later on. But yeah, I don't know if maybe it's like a little bit too early to do this, but so here would become like maybe it's better to do it here, like some kind of this kind of thing, and then like beef is like 8 tons of CO2. But then how do I, this is kind of like awkward to write, like okay, let's stick with the 8 kilos. So I wonder how much it actually is. So I think I googled it before already. So beef CO2. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have tofu here as well. So so are these? Okay, these are kilograms per kilogram of food. So beef is like, okay, beef average. So what's the gray one and what does the red one mean? It's a little bit emission. Okay, these are methane emissions. Yeah, I'll figure it out if I include them. But okay, so this would be. I wonder if tofu is a good. Yeah, I think tofu is pretty nice. So this would be. $71 kilograms of CO2 per kilogram, and that, I think that's just like a awkward way to put it. Can I write here kilogram of beef, or does that sound like stupid? No. And here, and there would be another one here like tofu. Yeah, and I think like I don't know if I need to. Okay, yes, here. Okay, and in this case, highlight individuals and persons when mentioned. Some kind of highlighting thing. and then fill choices. So like it's a little bit wrong way around now. Yeah, I haven't been thinking about the colors now at all. So that's the one that is not chosen. Okay, and here we have bring up. Okay, let's. The parenthesis is bring up the CO2 numbers. So carbon pricing changes the consumption patterns. Or choices. This incentivizes. Is this the word? In this incentivizes? I think that's a little bit too difficult a word. High emission products by making them more expensive. Maybe here, like products are priced by how many tons of CO2 they produce, or their production emits, or something like that. Okay, and then we bring up those numbers. Okay, and then we have so we have to have like the prices. I think the prices, I think they could be here. Let's see. Like here it could be like how much does a kilo of beef cost? So let's say it's like let's say that it's like 15 euros. So this would be a scale for 10 and 5 and 0, and then we go we would have here like 14.8 and 14.8 and 14.8 and have here you have like 10.1 and 10.1 and 10.1 and so on. And I wonder, like I want to have express this also when the, okay, so here we have the emissions. I wonder if we have here all the time this no tax case, and then there's the tax case. Do we have this from the beginning, or do we just add this stuff later on? I think I want to add it later, but then I have this like kind of like awkward empty space here. Unless I make such dimensions that you can kind of like zoom in. So here, if this is also 16 by 9, and then when you add this stuff and this stuff, it also remains 16 by 9, so we could be zoomed into this section first. So that could also work. Yeah, I'm not sure how I want to go here. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Maybe I just keep the new price because Okay, we just like gonna like spell out the numbers. I think that's sensible. So with a carbon price of 100 euros per ton, of increases by either a kilo of beef or tofu. Mm. So let's actually do the math because I want to have some nice numbers here. So it's 3. Wait a minute. Yeah, so that's gonna be 30 cents, I think. So is that gonna be visible here at all? So yeah, I think it's gonna be visible enough. So it's gonna be no. It's gonna be something like this, and 10.4. Yeah, it's gonna be visible. Yeah. Beef increases by. So maybe we use the 36 instead. What is coffee so bad? Well, I think of course it's a like a kilo of beans, so it's not so bad. Prawns, lamb, cheese. Yeah, I should farmed fish. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go with the 36 one. So that's gonna be 3.6 euros. So that kind of like has to fit here, and I wonder if I could start actually with kind of like 50 euros. So that's gonna be something like this and this. That would be like double. Maybe that's actually a good place. think again, like it should read here. Can need some more space. Right here, beef, tofu, and then I want to have also the information that like this CO2 content here as well below. I think that would be nice, or somewhere. Price of beef increases by liter, €6. Price of kilo of tofu. Like that. But yeah, if I want to have here somewhere also the, I think like again like the vertical space is gonna be a little bit crowded, I think. But it's gonna I think it's also gonna be about horizontal space. Like if I want to have the like the CO2 numbers here below the bars as well. Okay, and in this case, so this makes so I wonder if I want to use some kind of like I'm not sure what's the correct like term, but some kind of like reservation price or something that like drives like Mary over the threshold to switch to tofu or something. So let's put like changes the increase in beef price. Okay, and here we have like, okay, then we introduce the society emissions, and then we maybe bring in, okay, this stuff here. So this comes after that. So in if the society price is carbon total emissions degrees, maybe that's like societies total emissions decrease. Due to carbon, I don't know. And then we have the okay, maybe we can use this kind of like a spoken word language. Is pushes Mary to switch to eating tofu instead of beef. And now I wonder if I want to have a yeah, like, and then with high enough price. Okay, and then we increase carbon price to like 200 euros ton. So switches to tofu. And society's emissions decrease even more. Yeah. Okay, here we put how do you call it? So we put those carbon taxes on top of okay, portions on top of product prices, something like that. So meaning that we do this here. It's gonna like want to put these here, and then we also then put the new, so like this would be what did it used to be, 14.8, so it would be 18.4, so we put 18.4 here on top, and here would be kind of like fancy if there would be like animation when this goes up, so it would go up like dun dun dun. So yeah, this is what I'm like. I think here could be like some kind of animation part where this goes. So this goes from 0 to 100, and at the same time these like bars, these tax bars here go up, and this price here goes up at the same time. But I wonder, like, if I do this kind of like animation, there has to be, at which point would it be good? So here could be like like animation of increasing. Like the higher the carbon price, the more I don't know, like this the more the carbon increases costs. Like something like, I don't know, I have to like, it can be a little bit obvious, but because like I think the viewers focus will be on this like animation stuff, and I kind of like need this kind of like filler sentence to go with the animation, so that when we get to the end of the animation and we go to €100, we get here in this spot, and we can say this, and then here we have this. So we have Mary here, so as Mary used to have, so that she was eating beef before, so this would have been so in pre-text world this would have been Mary's choice, and then we have the animation where we kind of like dissipate this slowly like this, and then we fill this like this. Yeah. Okay, so we have a question here. So in the real world, how much is going to come from changes in consumption patterns, and how much changes in product and technology? Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, for example, like I think like it might be that greater proportion of our like emissions are like going away like without us noticing or without us making changes, or maybe not, like, but for in some countries like electricity is a big like emission source, and there it kind of like the power companies make the choices, and like maybe also like in like, well, all kind of like manufacturing, it's gonna be like we don't notice that like our car has been manufactured with hydrogen all of a sudden, like, or we like, but like the kind of like the companies make the choices outside of like our eyes, so that's kind of like a thing. And I don't know if I want to touch on that, but you could like I don't know if I want to put here some kind of sentence that but I think that's such, it is like so substantial that like some of that is like happens outside like our like view, that it could be maybe good to bring up that like maybe gonna put here, I had some notes here that much of the change happens without the individuals making any choices. If it like companies change manufacturing, electricity production, etc. Yeah, that's at least like because I think that's all, that could be like also like a positive message. Yeah, okay, if the stream is buffering, does it mean that like is it, do you think like that's like my problem, or is it your problem? because I want to know like if this if there's like this some quality issues, like is this problem in your end or. Okay. Okay, that's a relief for me. uh, but yeah, I might like have like something like that in there because that's a nice kind of like nice message to send. Like we don't even know like many of the like we don't have to make like lots of the sacrifices. They don't really like at least they're not so tangible. Like you don't have to make them yourself. Like someone else makes them for you, and it might increase the prices of some products, but you don't really notice maybe. Okay, maybe are here somewhere. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and here we switch Mary's field to tofu. And here we switch John's. Okay, and okay, now we go maybe to the. Now we have the more kind of like a realistic or like general case where the. I think. Yeah, as I was like speculating before, I could bring here already. I could bring here like the income distribution effects, but I still think I want to maybe do that later. Like I could do here maybe this kind of like continuous change. Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, because I think like this income distribution thing, it's probably better to show it with these kind of continuous choices or this like non-binary choices. Okay, here's also I had a little bit text about this, that these substitutes will get cheaper. I wonder if I should say something about this. Or I should. At what point should I? Okay, I should bring here up with this continuous thing that with some products there is no search for substitutes, but there is just like consuming less stuff, like, and maybe also like because I was thinking about talking about like dead weight loss or something, that there is this loss of welfare with taxation. So I wonder if I could like drop that in there like shortly. Of course. People not just change from one product to other, but reduce the consumption of one product over the other. Yeah, okay. Now I'm thinking again, like how happy I'm gonna be with. So if I make it so that there's this like filling this up, so that how much is the consumption of this product, and then there's gonna be how much is the consumption of this tofu product. So if you look at this case, for example, here we have like so if you look at this and you think like which is like tofu consumption bigger or the beef consumption? It's a little bit it's a little bit tricky because like this is higher, this column is higher, but it's filling less of the like the outside column, or this like border column, like, so in that sense it's lower, and this is filling like larger proportion of this column, but it's lower. So I think that's gonna be super. I wonder if it's getting like too confusing for people to understand. Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering. If there was still like some other way to do this. So if you got, okay, let's try some new stuff here. So what if prices are like this? And what if you would have the consumption stuff here? So this would fill up. So this could be some kind of like binary. But I'm already like quite scared like how much space this is gonna take. So this just wouldn't fill up. I don't know. What about if there's... Could you do something with some 3 dimensions or something? Is there possible to do something there? I think it's super tricky. Hmm. Or could we have like after... Could we have just like some kind of bar here next to this? I don't know if it would be like different kind of bar, if it would be if it would be like it could be nice to present this. If I wonder if I could present it like different way than this one here. There's also like one thing to do is to like just put some numbers inside this. And another option is, I don't know, make some kind of like another scale here, and then we put like 100% here, that it's like... But it's not really like... I don't know if I can really do... Like it's not very good to do like with percentages, because these are also not like there are like yeah, it doesn't work like that. Is there anything? I wonder if there's still anything to do with like it would be if it like the 3D space. Yeah, I don't really see it. Like what's the... I'm thinking it like if it could cast some kind of shadow or something. Like what's the extent of that shadow? Yeah, I think that would be too difficult as well. I wonder if I would make maybe actually these these things could work if I also have the number. Like, would that make them more understandable? So these were like kilos each. Yeah. Like if I add here eighty kilos, 0.9. Yeah, maybe the thing about this, another thing that could be a little bit annoying about this income. So maybe make this kind of disclaimer that actual income then demonstrated here. Because these are kind of like I don't know, this is kind of like a ultimate example, and these kind of like incomes have to be, the income effect we show have to be big, kind of like to make the you kind of like make the make the kind of like impression, or so that it's visible that there's something happening. Okay, so yeah, without X. John. Stuff. Move to somehow like tofu. More the greater the carbon price. Okay, here we have a fill bars proportionally to the consumption. Numbers of consumption. Okay, I have to also make these new emission things. I think there's a little bit tricky here that maybe not. So if these add up to like 1 kilo for everyone, these consumptions, because if we before we had that, before we had that there's either like 1 kilo of beef or 1 kilo of tofu that is consumed. So now that if we want to have so that people have can like have this like in mixed proportions, so then if we have this society emissions here and we kind of want to keep these proportional, it would be nice to have the same starting value here. So for example, if we have here, let's say like 100 tons in the society. Oh, well, that's not. So okay, we have like 10 tons in the society without tax, and then we have like 7 tons. So when we move to this, like another example, I think it would be nice to have the same 10 tons here. So then, and also here maybe to have consumptions here, so that this like 0.9 and this would be 0.1, so that they would add up to 1 kilo, and here would be something else. And but yeah, the other thing is that the other thing is that yeah, there's this that instead of changing from one product to another, consumers will also may also decrease some of their total consumption of carbon pricing. Non-food related, I don't know, this is just kind of like a placeholder sentence now. Yeah, like if I go here to talk about the like how much do I want to go here to the dead weight loss thing? It's a pretty hard question, I would say. So what's okay? I haven't talked about income distribution and fairness. Maybe I add the fairness. Okay, and then the paragraph about income distribution. But I wonder if I should stop here for today. Let's see. uh, maybe I go a little bit about this income distribution. At least, like I want to think about that if I have to change the crafting, because so I was thinking that here, like under the graphs, there could be these some kind of income tabs or something. I wonder if I want to put, I could put like numbers here as well. That, for example, John has income of 100 euros and Mary has income of 70 euros and Steve has income of 85 euros. And here we could use this. Okay, maybe don't use the zoom thing, because this emission thing, it's just leave this empty until. I also wonder, like, if I could, if I had like subtitles, then like until this point I could use this space for subtitles or something like that. It could be like black from behind until this point. Okay, and here we like add income bars. And I think like here again we would show like we could kind of like revert to have like first have this 100 so yeah, we would start with this 0. Probably start with 0 because we want to show the kind of like the effect of how do you say it? We want. I had the term here. Yeah, disposable. I had this like disposable income after purchases. So it would show like how much do people lose or gain with the or it could be like I wonder if I could use some title here. Because I only want to show the effect of tax on income. I didn't want to show the effect of the product. Like I don't want to include the product price like without the tax. So and it gets kind of tricky actually, because if people switch to other products, this is not like quite as simple as I thought. Like, because if people switch to other products, and these products have different prices, like even without taxes, then that's gonna like affect the disposable. Like for example, if Mary switches to like Mary is first gonna like pay a little bit like of the tax until like 100 euros tax rate, so she's gonna lose some, and then when she switches to tofu, like she's gonna pay less tax, and she's also gonna pay like less for the products themselves. So I think that kind of like messes this up. I was wondering if I could make so that would it make sense that would it be kind of like too stupid on the other hand that these prices would be the same before, or like that beef and tofu prices per kilogram, if they were same before, but it's not like, I don't think it's, let's see how much tofu costs. It's like 2 euros per that kind of like 200 gram packet, so it's gonna be like, yeah, I think 10 euros is pretty close, and I think like beef is, I don't know how much, it could actually be like, I don't know, they could be 10 euros both. Maybe it's not so far-fetched, like the kilo price. But it's just like, makes it kind of like stupid, I think. But on the other hand, it makes the, if both are like 10 euros to begin with, you can argue that it's because then it's like easy to show how the tax affects those, like, because like adding to this kind of like 10 or 100 or 1, those like kind of like even numbers, adding like taxes with some tax rate, it's kind of like it shows the math quite clearly. Like if you're gonna add like so like we have here like 14.8, and we have this 3.6 euros per kilo, so that's gonna be like, we have here like the 18.4, but if we have like 10.0 and we're gonna add 3.6, we're gonna get 13.6, and that's like easier math, and that's easier to understand. And then we have like next to it we have like 10.0, and it gets added 0.3, so it's gonna be 10.3 euros. So yeah, that could be, and then you could also like kind of like think those as like relative prices compared to what they are before. So like then it's all like, it could be like 100% or what, like it's kind of like comparable to this kind of like level. I don't know. And it's a little bit tricky, but yeah, if I go with this, that it's all, everything is 10 euros, then I think there's no problem here with the switching and with when calculating the effects on the income. And then it could also be nice to, I don't know, Yeah, so I wonder, like, we could also have here like that. We could have here like a total like let's see. We could have like a pre-purchase income, and then you take 10 euros out of it, and you're left with like 90 euros. But then instead you take 13.6 euros out of it, and then you're left with like whatever 86.4 something. Like that could also be that you're like, I think that could be somehow a little bit more understandable. But I also wonder here, like, should we have everyone start at 100 euros? I think that could also make sense. I think like somehow like there's some point like to make that if we have different people, it's like a better depiction of society, that there are people in different situations, and it's good to like show that like it's kind of like a different magnitude if we have people who have like 20 euros. So this might be still like maybe it's best to go with this, and maybe I don't know, we shouldn't start with 100 euros. I think if we're gonna go like with this, because then like if we go with 100 euros, then there's like 50 euro or like a few euro like changes. It's not gonna. So what if we have like 50 euro income on these guys, and yeah, okay. Now I'm thinking about like what if we have like because we have this society side here also. So what if we have and we have tax revenue here. I don't know if we need this tax revenue thing. I think I was already before like a little bit doubtful about it, but we could make some nice arrows from here from the tax. We could show here that okay, this goes to this tax spot here. Kind of like a carbon tax revenue. We could also make cases where, well, I think I want to show like it's kind of like the carbon dividend thing, so that everyone gets the same amount back from this money. And I could show like this step by step here also, that first people will lose money, like everyone loses money because of this carbon tax, like even if they lose it a little bit, like different amounts, like Steve loses only a little bit because he's eating tofu and whatever, and John is gonna lose a lot. But so if we start with 50, we go here like 40. I don't know. It also has to be something like it has to be quite large, because you don't want people to think that you can go like you can get indebted from carbon tax, for example, if you think that it's like a, well, actually, yeah, I don't think that's a problem actually. So if we start with It could be like 20 euros also. Or like 25 or something. Then we get like some kind of tax pool here. And then the taxes. Do I also show here that like what if the when they're gonna like lose money, so the money goes like here. We could throw another arrow here, like the money goes here, and this money goes here, and John's money goes here. And then we have money that comes here through the society. Okay, we add income bars and we start at 0 tax. Okay, I'm gonna put here now that okay, here we have like depending on their choices and product prices. Yeah, okay, here we have that kilo is more expensive than tofu, but maybe we can have it the same price. But this I think like the problem with this having the same initial price and then like showing that like if the beef price increases more, people change to tofu. Like it's kind of like it's somehow like you can make kind of like the connection that the higher the price, like you only choose the one that like has the lower price. But maybe it's not so bad case because John doesn't change initially, even if the beef gets more expensive, so maybe it's not so bad. Yeah. With the same, let's have like same 10 euro kilo price for both beef and tofu. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop here today for now. It's getting late. I might continue like some day soon, but we'll